Hello, champagne poppers. Welcome to Champs Drink Champs. If you're not watching me on YouTube, this is just Taylor. Shelby is living her best life in New York City for work. I am so jealous. I am having severe FOMO. I really wanted to go on this trip with her, and I just wasn't able to make it work. Tony and I are wanting to do like a honeymoon slash 1 year anniversary trip, and yeah, that just kind of has overtaken a lot of travel plans this year, which is great. I'm very excited about that, but definitely having FOMO about missing out on New York. I've always wanted to go to New York, so hopefully in the future. But anyways, we hope that she's having the best time ever. So welcome to the podcast. You just have me again, and I've been debating all week about what topic to do this podcast episode on. I feel like my episodes always take like a very spiritual turn, and this will probably end up going that way. I couldn't settle on an exact topic. And so I've been putting off recording all week because I just could not decide what I wanted to say, what I wanted to talk about. And then I was just barely getting a car wash and inspiration struck, if you want to say. And I want to talk to you guys about being present. I'm definitely going to get you all caught up on what's been going on in my life because I've had a lot of crazy things happen that I really want to share. And it all kind of ties into just being present and like paying attention to your body, to things happening around you, to things happening like in the world around you. And it's something that I teach a lot when I'm teaching yoga, and nobody, myself included, really knows how to fully stay present. So anyways, that's kind of where this will go, but I am going to catch you guys up on everything that's been happening in my life. This week has been very strange. I've had a lot of, I don't know, spiritual things happen, a lot of messages from my guides, from my dad. Yeah, just like a lot of weird things happening. So I am recording on Valentine's Day, and yeah, I love Valentine's Day. I love any holiday, but Valentine's Day is just kind of fun day to just celebrate love and appreciation for those around you. So yes, with it being Valentine's Day, though, it is my dad's birthday. So if I am kind of bleh, that's why. I was actually supposed to have therapy right now, and my therapist made a mistake with the scheduling, and so I don't have a therapy appointment. So this is kind of going to be my therapy session. But yeah, it's my dad's birthday today. I actually don't know how old he would have been. I'm not very good remembering my parents' ages, to be completely honest. I had really young parents. I think my dad would have been 59, or maybe this would have been his 60th birthday. I'm really not sure. But I woke up this morning and went to go text him happy birthday. And that was very strange. This is my third birthday without him. He passed in September 2020, so this is my third birthday without him, and I've really never done that before. I've had the urge to want to text him or call him happy birthday, but I've never actually went to go start a text. I literally woke up this morning, opened up my text messages, went to go type his name in like the to line, and it kind of just all hit me. So I've kind of just been like in like weird funk today, but we'll get back to that. I wanted to talk a little bit about my Instagram story that I made yesterday. If you guys follow us on Instagram, it's at Champs Drink Champs Podcast. I have started seed cycling, and I've been wanting to do this for a really long time to help my periods. I have PCOS. I've probably mentioned it multiple times on here, but I have PCOS, and as I am getting older, my PCOS is getting worse, I guess I will say. I had a really bad, well, more than one really bad cyst right before Christmas, like 2 days before Christmas Eve, that I had to go to the emergency room for. And so, yeah, and ever since then, it's been gross, but like a lot of drainage, a lot of like small cysts I can feel rupturing. I am on hormones, progesterone hormone replacement. We did some blood tests again, and my progesterone was basically non-existent. So I have been taking progesterone replacement, And yeah, that could be contributing to why I'm getting such bad cysts all of a sudden. Like I've always had cysts, but they are like really bad, or they were in December. I feel like they're getting a little bit better. But, anyways, this has been something that I've really been wanting to do for a long time, seed cycling. And I just haven't had the energy to do it, or I haven't been wanting to do it bad enough that I wanted to prep the seeds myself. You don't want to eat the whole seeds. You want to grind the seeds up very finely. And it makes them easier to digest. It makes the like vitamins and minerals, the stuff that will help your hormones. It makes it come out more when you have them like ground up. So, anyways, I just haven't been wanting to prep that because it's a lot of work that I just frankly do not have time for. So, I was listening to a podcast. I shared the podcast on our Instagram. I actually am going to make a highlight bubble so that if you are listening to this at a later date, you can go back and see. But it is AG University, and it was about a lady who started a company that was just for hormone health. And she believes in seed cycling so hugely. It helped her PCOS a ton. So now she preps the seeds, and you just sign up for a monthly subscription and they mail it to you it's like every month and a half-ish. And I am on my third day of this. I can definitely tell a big difference. I don't know if you're watching me on YouTube. My skin is absolutely glowing. My skin, I just am getting over a rosacea outbreak. And that would have been like after my rosacea outbreaks, my skin just looks very dull and just kind of bleh and dry and just yucky. It is glowing. My bloat has gone down a ton. My inflammation has gone down a ton. And I'm down 2.5 pounds. So that could be whatever it is. It probably isn't actual weight. It's probably more water weight or more inflammation weight. But yeah, I definitely feel a very big difference so far. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. She makes it so easy. And yeah, hormone health is a really, really big thing for me. As I get older, my hormones are just changing and I can really feel them changing. And this goes in with being present. Paying attention to what's going on in your body. So I've just really been paying attention. And with my word being intentional for the year, I've been being intentional with what I am putting in my body, the candles I'm burning, the lotions I'm using. I just changed my deodorant to a all natural deodorant. Second day of using that, and it's been really great. I've tried native before and I broke out in like a horrible rash. So yeah, this is already better than that. I broke out in the rash using native like probably 3 hours into using it. So yeah, anyways, lots of little changes happening, and I'm very excited about what the future is going to bring with this, and hopefully will help me stop getting these cysts because it is becoming a huge disruption in my life. So highly recommend hormones, paying attention to your hormones. The next thing, I've signed up for a 10K. It seems so crazy to me. I actually was just looking at my vision board yesterday. I have it hanging by my desk over to the side of me. And I put a mountain on there. I remember like picking it and putting it on there because I wanted to spend more time outdoors and more time in the mountains. And little did I know that it would be that I am climbing a mountain, a full 10K up a mountain. Not once, but twice. I signed up for two. There was a really good deal. There was a really good deal when you signed up for two. You saved like a bunch of money, and two of my friends were doing it, and I was just going to do the one. And I was like, you know what? Why can't I do the two? Me and Shelby are wanting to run the Disney half marathon next year. And so I really need to challenge my body and force my body into force isn't the right word, but challenge my body into a big growth. And I've really been wanting a physical challenge. And this is kind of forcing me into that physical challenge. I actually was not going to sign up at all. And I just kept having that little pull in the back of my brain that was like, you need to do this. You need to do this. It will be so rewarding. It will be awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then I went to my friend Heidi's to get my teeth whitened. And she was like, me and this other girl signed up, like, you should do it with us. And I was like, I just don't think I'm ready. Um, Anyways, and I was like, you know what? No, like by the end of my appointment, I was like, no, I am really having this pull to do this and I need to just like stop making excuses. So I'm going to just do it. So, anyways, I have one in July and then one in September. So, kind of honestly crazy. This is really, really not something I would have ever thought I was going to do because it's literally up a mountain. So, the first one in July is up a mountain in Brighton. It's a ski resort here in Utah. And the second one is a mountain up in Park City. So it's crazy. It really is crazy, but I've already started training and I'm actually really, really enjoying it. So I hope that that momentum continues as we get closer because I'm locked and loaded, baby. So, yeah. Anyways, let me take a drink real fast. Okay, so sorry. It's so hard to record by yourself when you're thirsty. Um, so yeah, those are some things that are going on in my life. But what I really wanted to talk about and share with you guys, I was going to share this on Instagram, but it was just so much to share that I was like, this is why I have a podcast, is to share these really cool things. So if you've been following along, it's been almost a year that I've been having this ulcer on my leg. It's getting a little bit better each week, but just by like tiny little margins, it's getting smaller. Um, so last week, the doctor wanted to take another biopsy. And I just did not have a good feeling about it at all. Like, I really was just like, I don't know, but there's something inside of me that's saying, do not make, he wanted to take two separate biopsies. And there was just something inside of me that was like, do not make two more holes that your body's going to try and heal. You don't need a biopsy. Like, it's going to say the exact same thing that it said this last biopsy and the exact same thing that your MRI said. And so I just blamed it on work. And I was like, because I go during my lunch breaks. And I was like, I am too busy this afternoon. Like, I cannot deal mentally or physically with having this biopsy. And so he was like, okay, well, we'll probably want to do it next time. And I could tell that he just wanted to do the biopsy because he doesn't know what's wrong besides what we already know. If you don't know, listen back to some episodes. I've had a blood clot, I have terrible veins. And what the biopsy and the MRI showed is that I have venous congestion, which is basically low blood flow to my legs and a lot of inflammation. And that's all that the biopsy showed. There was no cancer. There was no anything else. I've kind of had like on and off little baby infections on it because I have like an open wound in my leg that's just being covered by a Band-Aid. But yeah, so I could kind of tell that the doctor was just like, I don't really know what else to do to heal this. And we're coming up on a year next month. Like, I get it, but there was just something inside of me that was like, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And the nagging feeling of not feeling comfortable, like, stayed there all day. And it even got to the point at like 4:30, I think, Tony texts me and he's like, I don't know what it is, but I just don't think that you should get this biopsy. Like, I don't feel good about it. And I was like, I don't either, but like, what if it could tell us something that would help it heal? Because you guys, if I have to go another summer without swimming or paddleboarding or getting in Shelby's hot tub or anything to do with water, I think I might go insane. I truly think I might go insane. So, like, I'm really wanting to heal this, right? But I don't know. And I was like, I don't know, like, I'll talk to you when I get home, whatever. On my drive home from work, one of my jobs, I work 3 minutes from my house. So I was literally like right around the corner from my house. And on my drive home, I was just like, in my head, I was like, I'm just at a freaking loss. Like, I don't know what to do to help heal this. Like, I've tried so many things. The doctor who should have all the answers has no idea what's wrong. Like, so I just said out loud in my car, which makes me sound crazy. I'm getting so desperate here, but whatever. I literally said out loud, I was like, Dad and or spirit guides and or the universe, I need some sort of direction. Like, please send me some sort of a sign that's very blatant that I will know what exactly to do about the situation. If I should get a biopsy, if I should not, if there's something else I should be doing, a different doctor I should be seeing. Like, I just need some freaking direction. So I just said it out loud, whatever. And it was like kind of whatever to me. I say stuff out loud all the time. And it just is kind of like, universe, here I am. Like, this is what I need. Please send it to me. I've asked my dad to send me signs before, like all the things. This is not anything abnormal or weird for me to do. It may sound weird when you listen to it, but for me, it's totally a normal thing that I do all the time. So anyways, 10:45 at night, I'm laying in bed, like watching my TikTok, checking my Instagram, like the regular things I do before bed. And I notice I have a message on Instagram, and I was like, okay. So like I go to open it up, and it's from my mom's cousin. And let me just give the preface. I never talked to this lady ever. And I honestly cannot even recall what she looks like. I didn't even really know that we were friends on Instagram, to be completely honest, because I thought she had deleted all of her social media. Like, my mom thought that. Like, I truly do not know this lady. I think my mom said I've met her like a few times, but I cannot recall who she is, what she looks like. I didn't even know what one of my mom or my grandma's sisters was her mom. Like, that's how disconnected from this lady I am. Anyways, I was like, oh, interesting, a message from her, but okay, like I'll open it. And it was the craziest message. I'm just going to actually read it for you guys. And I also, like, unless you know me personally, you don't really know exactly what is going on with my leg. Like, I don't post about it on my social media. I don't really talk about it a whole ton. Like, it kind of just is what it is. Like, I'm sick of dealing with it. I'm not going to bore people to death talking about it all the time. You know what I mean? So unless you know me very personally, like a really close friend or really close family, you're not going to really know that I even have anything wrong still. So, because I did make a post like probably before the summer of like what was going on, and that was about it. So you wouldn't even know that I'm still going on with something. But, anyways, she sends me this message, and it says, I don't usually do this, but when a spirit has a message, they have a message, and I have one for you. I hope it is okay that I share this with you, and I hope that I don't come across creepy. I'm getting a very strong message that you're at a crossroads, something with your health or a health related thing. You may be frustrated with the unknowns of what to do next. They say that you've done so much work and are ready for the next step, and I can actually connect you with someone who can help heal if and when you're ready to connect. They just keep pushing me to share this story, and you have a very pushy spirit. Anyways, if you are ready, please reach out. Hopefully this makes sense to you. Sorry if it's creepy. So this message literally stopped me in my tracks. Tony was in the shower. I was laying in bed, and I was like, what the fuck? And so, of course, I messaged back. So I vaguely remember my mom probably 2 years ago mentioned that this girl was like a psychic medium. Like, she went to dinner with her aunts, and they kind of like said that she can see and talk to spirits. And that was kind of it. Like, I vaguely remembered that when I saw her message, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, what the heck? And so, of course, I messaged back, and I was like, actually, yeah, like, I'm at a complete crossroads and I have no idea what to do. And I actually asked the universe, my dad's spirit guides, for help today to know what to do. And so, anyways, long story short, she sent me this information of basically this witch doctor that is in Bountiful. She heals your body because she can see I don't even know how to explain it, to be completely honest. I really don't. But she can basically see your body and heal it from a cellular level, which is exactly what I need, because clearly there's something going on at a cellular level. So I text this lady the next morning, and she got me in the next Friday. Like, it was so fast, like within the same week. So I was like, okay, this is definitely, I met with her. She's completely legit. I definitely withhold information when I see like energy healers like this because there is a lot of frauds. Um, it is just there's definitely legit people, but there's definitely people that lie to try to get your money. So when I'm seeing an energy healer, I withhold some information and I let them tell me so that way I know like if they're really in tune, if they're legit. Okay, I did not even tell this lady what side my wound was on or where it was located. And she knew instantly. She was like, "Oh, your wound's on your left leg, right underneath your calf." And I was like, "Okay, this girl's legit." So, yeah, kind of crazy. There is a lot of energetic and like emotional stuff that needs to be worked through, which I am working through that in therapy. And then, yeah, there's a lot of basically, she said, a lot of toxicity in my body because my lymph system just needs to be completely drained. So, I'm going in for a lymphatic drainage in 2 weeks. And there's a few like other supplements and stuff that she's having me take, but I'm telling you guys, it was so wild. And I had a it sounds so crazy to be like, oh, I'm totally just trusting this lady. Um, but I'm totally trusting this lady. Like she definitely seems legit. She definitely is legit. I can just feel it down to my bones. And obviously, either my dad or my spirit guides was sending this lady's information to me. So I'm just going to roll with it and let's hope that it works. But, anyways, this ties into being present because if I was not present with my life, with my leg, with trying to heal, with all of the things that I'm doing in regards to my health, spiritually and physically and mentally, I would have probably like missed this. Maybe I wouldn't have because I don't know. Sorry, you guys. I'm really processing this in like real time because I had no idea like what I was even going to say on this podcast. I just really felt like I needed to share the message of being present. So if I'm stumbling over my words, not really knowing what to say, it's because like I had no preparation for this. I just am really going to be speaking from my heart. So, anyways, I maybe would have not missed this because it was such a huge sign, but I also have been in tune enough with the universe and with my guides and with my dad, quite frankly, to accept the help that the other side is willing to give me. Um, it maybe could be a pure coincidence. I don't think it is because I really don't know this lady at all. But it could be, but it also could not be. And I'm choosing to believe that it wasn't a coincidence. And there is obviously something that modern medicine is not going to help my leg heal because the wound doctor told me straight up, he was like, people your age with all the things that we've been throwing at this wound, they should have been healed. Like, I don't know what is going on. And as stressful as that is to hear a medical professional tell me that they don't know what's going on with something that they should know, it shows me that there is something that we or me is missing. And I don't know exactly what that is. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just like a pretty crazy thing. I've really like going along with my word of the year of intentional. I don't think that there's ever been a year since I've started doing the words of the year that I have focused so heavily on a word before. Or a feeling or an emotion. Literally everything I'm doing every day is purely intentional. This podcast right now is purely intentional. I'm going based off of what I feel. And I've always kind of done that. Like when I'm teaching yoga, I go based off of, what I feel and what intention I want to put in the class for the people that come into the class. But I haven't ever really focused on it in my daily life. Another thing that I'm doing in regards to intention is really paying attention to the food that I am eating. Again, with my leg thing, the biopsy said a lot of inflammation. A lot of inflammation can be cut in half based off of the food that you eat. If you have not heard or researched or anything, there are certain foods that cause inflammation in your body. So I've been focusing on that. Of I use my Fitness Pal just on my phone, and I use the shit out of the notes. Like they have exercise notes and food notes. And I have at the end of every day, after I've tracked all my food right before I go to bed, I put in some food notes of how I felt for the day. That goes so heavily with being present because every time after I eat, 20 minutes later, I'm like, okay, like I take a second and I'm like, how am I feeling right now? And like, do I feel heavy? Have I needed to go to the bathroom? Do I feel more tired? Like, what exactly am I feeling after this food that I ate? And then I make a note of it because then that helps me know exactly what could be causing certain symptoms in my body. Here's a great example. I love coffee. Coffee is my all time favorite thing besides wine and champagne on this entire planet. I have noticed that when I drink coffee in the morning, I tend to have higher anxiety throughout the day. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just because I'm drinking coffee on an empty stomach. So I started eating breakfast and then I would have a cup of coffee. Still was having super high anxiety. So then I moved my coffee to about 12:30 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I felt great. And like my anxiety, I have been doing like a damp whatever. I've not been using cannabis. I've not been microdosing, and I've very, very minimal alcohol. So my body has been very clean with without those things in there. So I can be fully present in my body. So yeah, I'm not using anything to help me with my anxiety because I really wanted to get to the root cause of what was causing all of this weird anxiety that I was getting. And honestly, switching my caffeine to the afternoon and just one single cup of coffee or one of those stupid diet V8 energy drinks that I'm so obsessed with, the strawberry lemonade flavor, so good. I love the taste, everything about those. But when I've been doing those in the afternoon, my anxiety is so much better. Now, I know that people will tell you that you should not drink caffeine in the afternoon. And that's fine, but caffeine in the afternoon actually really works for me. It doesn't influence my sleep at all. I've actually been sleeping and going to bed way earlier than I ever have in my entire life. So it does not influence my sleep at all. It is great. So that's what I mean about being present and paying attention to the things that you're putting in your body, because what works for one person may not work for another person. So, but you would never know that unless you were being present and paying attention and taking notes about it, right? I would have never known that 90%, not 90%, maybe 75% of my caffeine consumption was what was causing this weird anxiety with no trigger for the anxiety. And I say that I really want to point that out is because in therapy, like I've learned how to dial it back and be like, okay, what has caused this anxiety spiral? And I was trying to do that and there was nothing. There was nothing that triggered me. I just like my heart was racing. I felt super disconnected, disassociated from my body. And I just felt like that just anxiety type feeling. And now that I've changed my caffeine consumption to a different time and not as much, I don't have that weird anxiety without a trigger. I actually haven't had it at all since probably the second week of January. So let me take a drink because I'm very thirsty. Okay, so sorry. So yeah. So if I can share anything with you guys today, it is to be present in your life. Be present with getting off of your phone when you're around other people. This is something I've been trying to do for probably about a year, is to be on my phone the less amount that I can when I'm around other people, just so I can be around other people. And I grew up not having a phone in my hand 24/7. And I was getting to the point that I didn't even remember what that feeling felt like. And I think a lot of people in our generation don't remember what that feeling feels like to not have the world at your fingertips 24/7. Like, we literally got told when we were learning math in elementary school that we're not going to have a calculator with us all the time. So we needed to learn how to do it with a pen and paper. Okay, I have a calculator with me all the time. I do not need to know how to do math because I can Google a lot of math problems. That's besides the point. That's just a little math rant. But, anyways, it's very hard to be present when we literally have the whole entire world right at our fingertips through our cell phone. It's very hard to be present. Um, I've also been trying with the phone situation, not having my phone by me while I'm working out. That's something that I've always loved about the yoga studio is we don't allow phones in the studio. We have like the waiting area where like you put your shoes in your purse and whatever else there, and your phone stays there. You're not allowed to have it in either one of our studios that we do the actual classes in. And I love that because people are so present. They're so present with their bodies, with their breath, with others. I've seen people make friends in the rooms with each other because they are being present and they're not going in there and doing that weird thing that I do all the time when I'm uncomfortable, that I get on my phone to help me not connect with other people because I'm nervous and because I'm really shy. And I love that. So when I'm working out at home, I've been trying to not use my phone at all. I keep it in a complete other room so that I don't even see people are texting me. I don't even have to worry about any of that. So that's what I'm trying to do to be present. My next step is going to be to not have my phone by me when I'm watching TV because I love to either play a game on my phone or look at social media when I'm watching TV. And a lot of times that cuts into my time with Tony and the shows that we are watching. So that is going to be my next step, but that's going to be a little bit hard. So but that's besides the point. So, anyways, yeah, that is my life right now. And really, what I wanted to share with you guys is to just be present, let yourself feel every emotion. This morning, with me wanting to text my dad and having that weird situation happen, I've been completely present with my emotions all day today. There's been 2 times that I've broken down in tears and just cried. And that's okay. That's something that I'm really learning through therapy, through my grief journey, which I definitely want to share a lot of things that I've learned with that with you guys. I just am not really ready to share things quite yet about a grief journey, but feeling the emotions as they come up, try not to push them away. Obviously, if I was at work and busy, I don't have 15 minutes to sit and cry. So I would tell myself out loud, because I'm a weirdo, like, I love and appreciate these feelings and these emotions that are coming up, but I do not have the time right this second to deal with them. Can we please do this when I get home and I can open this up and work through them? So obviously, if you're in a situation that you're not able to deal with feelings and emotions as they come up, don't, but let them be there. Don't try and push them away. Um, I actually just sent a message to Shelby the other day about a feelings wheel. And if you don't know what a feelings wheel is, you can definitely Google it. There's a lot of different images on Google, but that's a way that can help you be present with whatever you're feeling is go on the wheel to the emotion that you're feeling. And there's like different levels of that one emotion. And so going down to the next level, seeing what emotion is tied to that first one. And then going to the third level, what emotion is tied to the second and the first. And it's a very interesting concept, especially if you're not comfortable with feelings or don't really know how to name feelings or whatnot. This is a really good tool to use to help you get more comfortable with the feelings and emotions that are coming up. So, anyways, I think that's all I have to say. So, you guys just work on being present in your life, and I think that beautiful things will happen. Again, we're only like a month and a half into the new year, and this was really like what I wanted to focus on. But it's been pretty crazy, the changes and things that I've seen happen in just this month and a half in this new year. So, yeah, just be present. Be present. Okay, I'm going to choose a asking for a friend just from our list to answer. Um, hmm. Gosh, these are all really good ones. Okay, let's do other people seriously not eat the brownie, cookie, or cake batter? Um, listen, I think we were lied to. I think that we're going to be just fine, that we can eat cookie batter, cookie dough, cake batter, brownie batter. I've been eating it my entire life. Never once, knock on wood, have I ever had salmonella or even a scare of salmonella. I think that we were just told that to scare us because whoever said this wanted to keep us from the greatest joys in life, which is cookie dough. So if you don't eat this, I feel like you're lying because I feel like everybody eats it and I feel like we're going to be just fine. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that. So, eat your cookie dough. Anyways, okay. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. We really appreciate each and every listen. And please make sure that you like, review. Please write a written review for us. That helps us so much, and we would genuinely appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a great week. We will talk to you soon with Shelby. Bye.